Hi, I'm Al.
And I'm Stacy. Welcome back to our channel. We've been very busy this last couple of weeks fixing up the house and repairing things. Al got some blueberries planted the other day, and I was able to help him trim those up a little bit.
And you got to learn how to drive the little tractor, huh?
Yes, I did. That was very fun. And it was very nice to have that for trimming up those blueberries because all those branches and stuff.
Yeah, if you watched last week's video, you got to see how we trimmed it and put it right directly into the bucket of the tractor, and Stacy got to drive it down to the burn pile.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut some firewood, and with that, you got more opportunity to drive the tractor.
Yes, because there was a whole bunch of junk wood. There still is all around the house. And we were able to load up the junk stuff and haul it down to the burn pile, which is quite a ways away. And those are big logs.
Yeah, there was a lot of big chunks that the previous renters had left around the property. And sadly, a lot of it had gotten too rotten. But we dug out our old wood splitter, which isn't pretty, but with my experience, well, the last 15 years, I've been working on hydraulic equipment and building and designing hydraulic systems, and I'll get it fixed up one of these days.
Yeah. Another thing that we got done was the sliding glass door got replaced with French doors.
Yeah.
That was quite the project, honey. What happened? Tell us what's going on with
Well, first of all, according to the specs, the shipping weight of that was almost 250 pounds.
It was
so
heavy.
That was really heavy to get in.
Yeah.
Well, our house is an old farmhouse, and there's nothing level, plumb, square about this entire house. So it really was a headache.
But the sliding glass door didn't have nearly as much trouble though, and why was that?
Well, a sliding glass door has a lot more space to not be square, I guess. That door never would latch because of the issue of it not being square. A French door, though, there's a lot of surfaces that have to line up for the latch to latch, for it to close correctly, for it not to rub. So it really was a big headache, and I got really frustrated.
Yes, it looked like you were definitely having a hard time.
It was an absolute pain.
It was terrible.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about how frustrated I got. I know I lost it a few times.
That's okay. You know, we all have times like that. And this house is going to be a project and a lot of frustration for both of us.
Okay, we finally got the French door in. It is dark outside. It took all day. I'm very tired, but I wanted to point out a few things. Well, with the French door, in order for everything to line up, it needs to kind of be square. So that required a lot of shimming and a lot of work and a lot of aggravation. But we got it done. So after we got all of that done, then I went through and I took insulation and I filled all the cracks around with insulation all the way around. Now, the new French door, turns out that it was about 3 inches, 2.5 inches shorter than what the old sliding glass patio door was. So I added a 2x4 in here and still had a little bit of space. I had to shim on this end. On this other end, I actually had to trim a 1/2 inch off of the 2x4 to get it to fit properly. But anyway, we got it all in. We're tired, and it's time for us to relax. But we just wanted to show you that we got it all in. We got the hardware, lock hardware in, and it looks a lot different.
And another thing too is we were trying to tape and metal this sheetrock behind us. As you can see, there's this project we're still working on, but it just kept bubbling. So explain that happening.
So this sheetrock is probably 70 years old, and with all the heating and cooling, Using a wood stove, there's a lot of variant in the heat inside the house. And so the paper on the outside of the sheetrock, parts of it was just coming loose. And so when I would put the sheetrock mud over the top of it to flatten it out, the paper would start to come off the sheetrock and it would bubble.
Yeah,
and
it seems like it's just spreading that mud on just to rip it right off and sand it off.
That's how it felt like to me too, was just doing it over and over and over and over again. And this is the one part where my perfectionistic side really comes out, is I really like stuff that I'm working on to come out perfect. And it finally, I came to a point where I just had to say that it was going to be good enough.
Yeah, and you got a lot done though, because that was the same, let's see, it wasn't that weekend, but it was the next weekend that I came up on a Saturday night, and I saw that you had gotten the new heater in the bathroom, the vent up front, you got some new wiring done in the bathroom, and all that stuff, but you also told me you found something very interesting in the attic when you were up there, so...
So, you mean the leaky roof?
No,
or the rotten floor in the attic?
Something way worse than that.
Oh, you mean the rat, the giant rat. Yes, so it turns out that the very large rat that I found in our attic was actually a pack rat, which is also known as a wood rat, but most commonly known as a pack rat.
Now, as big as it was, how do you think that thing got up there?
Well, one of the things, one of our friends, Will, was here a few weeks ago and helping me out with the house, and he found on our back porch, he found where something had been crawling up the wall and through a hole in the ceiling where there used to be a chimney from the old hot water heater. And I was hoping that it was the renter's cat that was crawling up through the wall, but now I'm just about certain it was the pack rat, or pack rats as it might be, was crawling up the wall right there. Really close to the large hole that I found in the floor in the pantry underneath the work sink.
Oh, that is so gross. That is so gross. I cannot wait to get those things fixed and replaced. But we did get a lot of the new appliances in.
Yeah, we did. The housework, it's like I said in the last video, it's one step forward and two steps back, but we are moving forward, and I think we've got all of our appliances in that we've got ordered.
Yep.
Some of it I've still got to install, but I think we've got everything in now.
Yeah, we've got a new to us range, which is almost brand new anyway. It looked like it had never been
it looked
used.
like it had never been used. It's a few years old, but it came out of a house that it'd been empty for a long time. The stove looked just
practically
brand new.
Yeah. And then we've got a new refrigerator and a new, how many cubic feet? 21 cubic foot
21 and a half cubic foot chest freezer.
That is monstrous freezer. I've never seen a freezer this big before, but it'll fit all of the elk and the deer and the beef.
It was a real process watching the guys deliver it. I'm glad that Home Depot sent somebody out to deliver it. They had to set the freezer completely on end and shimmy it through the door. The freezer is 31 inches wide. The door is 31 inches wide.
Just barely.
So it just barely fit.
Oh my goodness.
And then the spot where we have the freezer, the spot that's made for a freezer, or at least has always had a freezer my entire life, it's only, I think there's 3 inches to spare from side to side. And we'll show you that also.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But it should fit a lot of the good stuff. And really, you were telling me that it kind of makes you feel more at home?
It makes me feel a little bit more at home. We put my elk that I shot this last fall. We've got all of that in there. Now we're moving some of our stuff into the house here, and it's starting to feel pretty good. This has always kind of been my home. It's been my grandparents' home, and now we're getting to move into it and start our own homesteading life here.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think that's been it for the last few weeks. What's the next few videos going to look like?
Well, we've got so much going on that last week we did one video, and then I did just a little short teaser video. And I think this week, if I have time, I'm probably going to try and get 2 full videos out. We've just got so many things, and it actually kind of feels like we're getting behind with what we're telling you guys. We're sitting here in a completely different house from what we're talking about, but it's just because we want to bring you along, and if we jump too far ahead, it won't make any sense.
Yeah, that's...
Each week, we're trying to have a video where we sit next to the fire and give you updates on what we're doing and what's going on. And so we'd love to hear your comments, answer some of your questions, and fill you in on what's going on.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't think to answer all those questions, and I know you guys have all kinds of things you'd like to know.
I know we have followers in other countries also, and maybe we do things different than what you do. And we'd love to learn and hear how you do things different and what questions you have for us. So give us those questions so we can give you your answers.
We're going to try to keep you guys abreast on everything that we're doing. Please like and subscribe to our videos so that you can get the newest updates and you can get all of our, new...
Yeah, next week we're going to do a tour of our property, all the property, not just the property that we'll be farming. We'll be farming 100 acres, but there's almost 700 acres that is also part of our family's property also. We're going to take a four-wheeler ride around that.
That'll be good.
We're going to probably show you some of the work. We busted our butts on the garden this week, and we want to show you that next week also. That's really exciting. I got to plow for the first time. That was something, but you'll get to see that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.
Yeah, and we'll see you again later.
All right, see you later.